the locker room.
There's never been a team at Maryland, at LSU, and the Chicago Sky where she didn't have some sort of locker room problem with her teammates. People don't enjoy playing with her. Maurice, I do think this has a chance to be different because of her competition with Caitlin Clark. She's being offered, I wouldn't call it a layup, but she's being offered a chance to play on a team that's a championship caliber team.
What if the biggest story in the WNBA was never really about on-court competition, but about what was happening behind the scenes around Angel Reese when no one was watching? Insiders are now reconstructing a timeline filled with locker room tensions, sudden departures, and a rivalry with Caitlin Clark that may have influenced more than people initially thought. The deeper you dig into it, the harder it becomes to overlook.
A cancerous tumor. A cancerous tumor. Yeah, you know what the Chicago Sky decided to do? Cut said tumor out of their organization and ship it, put it on a cargo ship, and send it down to Atlanta. She's your problem now. For a ham sandwich and a bag of Pringles. I guess it's a can of Pringles.
The turning point came when several WNBA analysts stopped holding back and began speaking candidly. Suddenly, the perception of Angel Reese shifted from a misunderstood star to a far more complex and uncomfortable figure for fans who had been supporting her without questioning what might be happening behind the scenes.
We got our first trade of the season. Let's go. Angel Reese is being traded to the Atlanta Dream after 2 seasons in Chicago. Who do you think won the trade?
I mean, the only thing with Chicago swapping picks is next year's draft, aren't they eligible to be swapped their pick too?
With these trades, sometimes face value of trades, you're like, of course, this team won. But then you got to figure out who the picks are. So I feel like evaluating a trade actually is later down the line. Obviously, I think Atlanta wanted another big. They're sticking with playing the 2 bigs. They're going to put Angel Reese with Brianna Jones, who you love. You love playing against Brianna Jones.
I love Bree Jones.
For the past 2 years, the narrative presented to the public has been tightly controlled, shaped by highlight clips, confident social media moments, and just enough drama to keep attention high without pushing the league to address the deeper issue. That issue being how a player can be so skilled and high-profile, yet consistently be surrounded by lingering locker room tension that seems to follow her wherever she goes.
She can get a WNBA championship before Caitlin Clark. That's really going to enhance her brand, give her some standing around the league. And I think that opportunity may, for a short term, bring out the best in Angel Reese.
I think Angel Reese, listen clear. You better take full advantage of this opportunity with the Atlanta Dream. Okay, you are playing with Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. They are all stars, 20-point per game scores. All you have to do is be the role player that you were born to be.
And then, all at once, everything began to spill out. Analysts started piecing together details that had been visible all along. Once those connections were made, the resulting picture was clear, unflattering, unmistakable, and far too consistent to be written off as coincidence, bad luck, or just media spin. The same pattern kept showing up across multiple teams, coaches, and entirely different situations.
Angel Reese's teammates come out anonymously and have a few things to say on her departure. Some of these quotes are brutal, it says. There has been so much apprehension between the team and her. Everyone is happy they don't have to deal with her various controversies, whether she brings on herself or otherwise. There is no love lost. And when Angel returns for a game with her new team, she will be the enemy, but everyone with the Sky is very...
That's usually the point where the excuses stop working. One bad situation can be blamed on team chemistry, coaching decisions, or timing. But when the same story plays out in 3 completely different settings, it stops feeling like coincidence and starts to look like a pattern that follows the player. And that's where things take a more serious turn. The discussion moved beyond locker room issues or personality conflicts and into something deeper, her decision-making on the court, her priorities during games, and especially her ongoing rivalry with Caitlin Clark. According to the panel, this wasn't just about normal competition. It pointed to moments when the outcome of a game was already decided, yet the focus remained on chasing individual milestones, suggesting a need to prove something beyond simply winning. They highlighted instances during her time with the Chicago Sky where games were essentially out of reach, clear blowouts that should have shifted toward development or closing things out. Instead, attention seemed to turn toward building stats, like securing double-doubles, making the box score look strong even when the scoreboard told a different story.
We have had the curtain peeled back on Angel Reese and how the Chicago Sky felt about her. And my goodness, wow. Her teammates were not having her anymore. They were done with her. The Chicago Sky were done with her. It's unbelievable. Yahoo Sports, Chicago Sky have officially parted ways with Angel Reese, shipping the star forward to the Atlanta Dream in exchange first-round draft picks in 2027, 2028.
On its own, that might not seem like a major issue. Stat padding has been part of sports for a long time. But in this case, the context made it far more controversial. The implication was that those numbers weren't just about pride or incentives, but about keeping up with Caitlin Clark, maintaining the appearance of a rivalry that, on the court, was starting to look increasingly one-sided. That's when teammates began to take notice. Nothing unsettles a locker room faster than the sense that one player is operating with different priorities than the rest of the team. While others were focused on overall performance and results, this disconnect reportedly created tension that spilled beyond the locker room and began impacting how the team functioned during games. Then came the departures. When players start distancing themselves, requesting trades, or signaling they no longer want to be part of the environment, it usually points to deeper underlying issues. The situation involving Marina Mabrey became one of the clearest examples. It wasn't just about roster decisions or basketball strategy. It reflected a desire to step away from what some described as a growing circus, a term analysts repeatedly used when revisiting that period. And instead of calming down in the following season, reports suggested that things only intensified further.
A good look for Angel Reese. She's still in her rookie season. Not a rookie season. She's still on a rookie contract. And and they don't want anything to do with her. She's a cancer when it comes to the locker room. Angel Reese is all about Angel Reese. All right. Hashtag Angel Reese drama. All right. The drama follows her, and it's that star mentality. She thinks that she's a star. She was the number 7 pick, could have easily been the number 8 pick in the 2024 draft. And this is good news for Camila Cardoso.
The team's attempt to use Angel Reese in an unfamiliar point-forward role raised doubts, and as struggles grew, so did concerns about her fit, decision-making, and locker room impact. Reports of tension, teammate frustration, including situations involving Ariel Atkins and Marina Mabrey, and questions around her priorities, especially in comparison to Caitlin Clark, fueled criticism. After her move from the Chicago Sky to the Atlanta Dream, the focus shifted to whether she can adapt to a structured role built on team success rather than individual stats, because her future now depends less on talent and more on mindset and adjustment.